Hey, long time no see. It really has been a very long time. And I apologize for my shenanigans and tomfoolery in terms of promising to upload and not uploading. I don't even know if this video is gonna make it onto the internet, but if you see this, clearly it did. Um, Regardless, your big red car looking buffoon is back. And maybe not better than ever, but we've got a setup. Um so today I decided that it was time to take two of my sketchbooks that are halfway full and do a tour. This is a very awkward long intro, so just roll the intro. I understand the setup isn't the greatest quality, but I'm also filming at the place that my computer currently resides. My computer resides where I am right now because my grandparents currently didn't have a computer to use, so I set up a profile on mine for my grandmother. So yeah, I am not in my normal space today. And I also don't have my normal camera because I decided to take it home like an idiot. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, this came in the mail yesterday. So yeah, we're doing okay. Regardless, let's start off with the sketchbook tour. Yeah! Okay, let's actually start now. So this sketchbook, I don't believe it is a stranger to you guys. I've had it for about a year now, and it's still not full. Lots of pages have been torn out of it, but I can tell you, this is a... Wow, I can't find the logo. This is an Ohuhu Square sketchbook. It's a mixed media one. I don't remember how many pages, but other than that, let's turn to the first page. There is going to be some things I may end up having to cut out, just because I don't remember what's all in this sketchbook to a T, so bear with me, but this is our first page, and I'm just realizing how hard it is for you guys to see this stuff. I apologize in advance, but yeah, this is what we're dealing with for the time being. Alright, so this is just how I started my front page. I did some careless little witchy doodles because I tried not to set the standards too high for this sketchbook. And then I looked at this and I went, wow, I really like that. Well, it looks like we set the standards too high. So that sums up that page. But right here, we've got, the very first development sketches for a character who is very near and dear to my heart nowadays. This is Nephi, or Nephili. Now, a lot of you know her as someone that I just draw leisurely. She is a character that I connected with about a year ago, and her design hasn't really changed. I gave her an updated outfit not too long ago, but these are the very first concepts I ever drew for her. So, how she originated, and I'll see if I can put this on screen now, but no promises, was a character creator. I ended up hitting shuffle, and I got this concept with the hair color, the markings, and a little bit of the outfit, and then I changed a few things, and this is how she came about. I also had, some childhood development stuff for her that just never... I taped that down. Okay. That just never got done. You can just kind of see there's some info points there for the OC development that just never got finished. But these are her original concept arts. But yeah, other than that, if we turn the page, I was going to do a brother for her for some reason with green skin. Now, I don't know what the logic or basis for this was, so your guess is good as mine. This never happened, though. It ended up falling through, and that was that. But, skipping a few pages, we do have some other sketches here that were just Neffy. Again, this, I'm going to admit, was when I was trying to find a style, and I was experimenting a lot with different styles, and so you'll see a lot of cursed bullshit in this book that gonna be completely honest with you, I don't really, like. Now, in my next sketchbook that I'm actually really excited to show you guys, my style really develops really well, and I just absolutely love most of that sketchbook, so I can't wait to show you guys that. But moving on, we are going to move to the next page that's actually interesting in this book, other than a whole bunch of poorly practiced anatomy pages. So like I said, this sketchbook is very all over the place, and that's why I thought it wouldn't be fair to do a full tour on it, just because it's not even full yet. Like, I think I've got maybe this much full compared to the huge stack of pages that are left, right? So, I've actually found it very hard to work through this sketchbook because of the format and just the energy I put into it when I was making it. So if any of you guys are energetically sensitive and this book is making you anxious, rightfully so. Your guesses are not off in that regard. Your intuition's not off, your senses are not off. Regardless, this is a drawing of one of my OCs named Sage. You get to see her development page later down the line in this book. Or that might actually be the next thing you see. More poorly practiced anatomy pages. Nope. Alright. So, here, we've got the development for another character, who was, going to be named Bella Blossom. Why that name? I don't know. But I did end up changing her name to Abella. And you can see more of her on my Instagram page. But, yeah, these were some of the first concepts for her. And this was also around the time I was trying to do a Five Nights at Freddy's October challenge instead of Inktober. So I did one prompt and then kind of gave up. The prompt was gift. So this is what came of it. Yeah. Regardless, moving on. This was from a challenge I actually did here on YouTube that was called Tarottober. I did one video and then never finished the challenge, just so you guys are aware. So if you look back on my channel, it's like one of the last things I uploaded. It's been almost a year since I've consecutively uploaded on this channel. I swear I was not trying to be racist. Just slip of the tongue. Sorry, guys. Regardless. I hate this drawing. I hated it after the fact as well. So, feelings are still mutual. Here I was just experimenting with some watercolor. I do a lot of acrylic and gouache paintings nowadays. I'll see if I can put some on screen. Okay, either thank you, editor, or you fucked up, Mira. Regardless, you'll see a few of those on screen now, hopefully. Look, some more poorly practiced anatomy. What the fuck is that? Oh, I was hitting some heavy art block in this sketchbook. And this is why I don't use it very much nowadays. Although I will admit, this is one of my favorite pieces in the entire sketchbook. This is where I was experimenting with style, and this came about while I was at a family gathering and just doodling. I asked for some pencil crayons, and I had a pen on me, and this is what came of it. So, I love this piece. that kind of set the tone for Neffy's new style later down the line, but sadly a lot of her art, other than one piece you'll see in the other sketchbook, is in another sketchbook. One thing is I don't keep one consecutive sketchbook very much anymore. I switch between a few different ones because I noticed it helps me produce more work in the long run. So these were OCs that I ended up finding on just a normal Facebook art group. Just one of those like free art exchange groups where you just post that you want to draw OCs and then people share their OCs. Yeah, so that was a few of these. I do not remember their names. I do not remember the people that shared them, but regardless, here is the development page for Sage and Twilight, my two sisters, who have become pretty much infamous in my character gallery other than Neffy. Twilight especially, if you go to my Instagram for art, you will see that she has become infamous amongst a couple of my friends who saw her design and went, "Whoa, I need to draw you fan art." So, she has quite a bit of fan art on my page, as well. I was gonna trash her or sell over her rights until a whole bunch of people just came out of the woodwork with, artwork for me of her. So, I decided to keep her, and I still don't use her much, but I think we might get back to using her a little bit. Regardless, moving on. We're kind of coming to the end of this sketchbook here. There is a few more memorable pages I will be sharing, but, some more pen doodles. Any of you who know me, you know who this is right here. I do want to make an announcement in terms of drag. I am now retired in that regard, so I don't do drag anymore. Thumbs up to me. Regardless, moving on. Here we have some realism sketches that I was working on, and a character that never got finished. So, this is supposed to be a depiction of the Norse god Loki before I developed my psychic seeing or clairaudience and clairvoyance. And this was what I thought he would look like. But boy, was I wrong. The way he appears to me is very, very different, and I'll see if I can throw in some more pictures of drawings I've done of him recently. But regardless, moving on, in terms of realism, I also did a piece of Odin during this phase, but that piece is back here, so there is that. As you can see, we are just coming up on January of this year, in this part of the sketchbook. So yeah, this is an actual drawn piece. You can see, like, the reflection from the lead and stuff. How did I pump this out of my ass? I still don't know. I haven't been able to draw anything this good, since, in my opinion. So, in others' opinions, maybe not, but in my opinion, yeah. Alright, so, I had a little bit of a My Little Pony OC phase, at one point. So, here's the result of that. I was going to make another character too, but this is Mistavia. She's an interesting little bean, but that, I believe, concludes my sketchbook for the most part. There is some swatches of the 24 set of Himi gouache, and yeah, that's literally it for this sketchbook. That's why I wanted to show you guys more than one sketchbook, because that's all you get from this one. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna take a quick break, and I will be back to show you guys the next one. Alright. Next sketchbook. Here we go! So originally this was going to be a kidcore themed front cover, but it started peeling because I had nothing to seal it with, because literally the day after I went out and bought this sketchbook, I caught COVID. My whole family caught COVID because Patrick ended up bringing it home from work. So I call this the COVID sketchbook, but the energy in this sketchbook is immaculate. I love what I brought to the first few pages of this sketchbook. Okay, now, as some of you know, I'm a Norse pagan, so that's what the front's about, okay? I have Norse, Scandinavian, and Polish roots, mainly. By Scandinavian, I mean trailing into, like, the Dutch area of things, right? So, moving on, let's begin. This is sketchbook number 8. Just so you guys are aware. You guys will be seeing the other half of this soon, hopefully, but here is where you're going to see this character for the first time and only time in this sketchbook. This is Celeste. Celeste is a character that not many of you know about, but she is an embodiment from one of my past lives, just turned into a character. So, we got Sage, Neffy, Celeste, and Twilight. So, moving on. I tried to do the 100 heads challenge. That never happened. But, one of the deities I was working with at the time, I ended up zoning out, drawing a tree, and then I heard a quote, because that night I was very depressed, and then I realized, hey, this is one of the deities I'm working with. It's Lord Lucifer. So I wrote down to make sure I would remember who that was. Alright. So focusing on this page here, because the other page is, personal. This is a kidcore themed page. I absolutely loved this page. This page was something that I did while I was sick. I will let you know when we're coming out of when I was sick, but, I filled a good chunk of this book while I was sick. So, and for those of you wondering why I sound so different now, it's because I just woke up, so I am not sick. I also just had an energy clearing, so yep, that's that page. And then I kind of did like a crybaby themed page here, Melanie Martinez vibe. You know the vibe. It's a great vibe. I love the crybaby era and just Melanie Martinez in general, and kidcore. It's just one of my favorite aesthetics, right? So I was doing a lot of that. And moving on, so I was very, very bored while I was sick. So I decided to branch out and draw some flowers, and this was the first time I ever drew flowers. Figured out I have a love for drawing flowers and for scenery in general. And this is kind of where things took off in terms of learning scenery and flowers and stuff. But yeah, as you can see here, tons and tons of amazing flowers and stuff. In terms of my paintings, I actually have some paintings up at Baba's Art House here in the city that are available for sale. So yeah, some of my best work is over there, and so I can't show you all of my paintings, but if I have pictures, they will be inserted in the video, like I said. But yeah, like I said, this is just a lot of nature drawing, a lot of practice and stuff. And this was also the same run where I ended up getting some Tombos and this sketchbook. So a lot of the markers you're seeing in here are either Sharpie or Tombos or Ohuhu alcohol markers. Are the 3 things I used in this sketchbook. Don't mind that. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay? Yeah, you can see I was just kind of venturing out, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the first few pages of this sketchbook, and moving on here, we have a full-length drawing of the World Tree, or Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil. So that was what I was trying to draw here. I was art blocked this day, so let's see, we got Midgard, Asgard, Municipalheim, Niflheim, Hell, Vanguard, and I have forgotten the rest currently, but I think you get the idea. I have drawn a blank when I need it most, you know? That's just the vibe we got here. Okay, so, trigger warning for the next page. I will put in a timestamp here. If you do not want to see this page, trigger warning for Has-Been Hotel, very mature content. So here's the timestamp that will give you the skip past this page. Okay. So, this here is something I drew kind of as a piece of vent art. This here is this is Cherry Bomb. And as some of you know, Cherry Bomb has a very tragic past from Has-Been Hotel. I kind of took some of the lyrics from the song Addict, and I did like a whole themed page themed around Cherry Bomb. Now, if the content wasn't so intense, I think I would enjoy this page a little bit more. But yeah, this is I don't know what I was feeling that day, but I was still sick at the time. I remember hacking my lungs out halfway through this, so that was fun. So here we got some swatches, because I was kind of running out of motivation at this point, but I was still very ill. So, yeah, here we've got some swatches. Let me just move my microphone a little bit so that you guys can actually... There we go. We got some swatches. These are the Tombow ABT markers that I currently have. I have gained a few more since then, from a friend. So, shout out to Alex if you're watching this. Thank you for giving me some of your duplicates, because, Alex has the full collection of Tombows and had some duplicates that they passed down to me, so thank you for that. And then just some Sharpie swatches, and I had to rip out a piece of artwork from this sketchbook and use it in a ritual releasing, because I was in a very low mood at this point. I was still ill, very mentally drained, very not doing good mentally. So what I ended up doing after creating the piece of art was a few weeks later, I went to a ceremony at Baba's Art House for the first time, and I ended up releasing it with our ritual and offering it to the fire as my offering, and it felt really good to be able to release all of that pent-up poor mental health from the few weeks prior when I was sick. And so here is kind of where I was playing a lot of Royal High, so this is one of my characters that I made in the, both of these are, that I made in the game. And I was kind of venturing out here a little bit in terms of style and such, and then I sort of, ended up returning to creating some fursonas with some original species. So this is a puffer wolf, and you will see on the next page that I ended up making an entire puffer wolf. And I love her. So basically, these guys are a wolf axolotl hybrid, and they are the cutest fucking things in the world. So basically, puffer wolves are aquatic wolves, essentially. So anything pink that you see on here, other than like tail fluff and stuff, will puff up while they're in water, just kind of like an axolotl, right? So I found these things to be adorable. And yeah, so this was around the time I was feeling better. We were all still isolating, though. I ended up getting Skillshare for a year, thanks to my grandma. And, I ended up taking Jazz's illustration class, and this was what came from it. Yeah. Alright, moving on. DTIYS I found on Pinterest. I changed some of the colors. A headshot of my puffer wolf. And here's where the art block hits. Honk honk, motherfucker. Anyway, you guys can clearly see this is where the art block hits. So, Yeah, so we're coming to the end of the sketchbook here, but I really hope you guys have enjoyed what you're seeing so far. Regardless, this was Nefili's, outfit update that I was telling you guys about. Here was a few concepts, and then this is what I came up with in the end. And here is currently the only art of her in that, and, might I say, damn, she thick. But I definitely love this more mature version of her. It's one of my favorite versions of her ever. And this was around the time I ended up getting a fountain pen, so this is just me fucking around with said fountain pen. Don't mind me. Okay. Moving on. I did a meet the artist on TikTok. So this was kind of what this was. Here are my astrological signs for those of you wondering. My sun, moon, and rising are right here. So yes. Leo, Virgo, Taurus. Yep. It's quite an intense combination. That's why people can't handle me, but here I am, bitches. Regardless, moving on, we got some Love Live sketches. Yes, I am returning to my roots a little bit here. Please excuse that. That is the phone. As I said, I do not live alone right now, but, we can't exactly just stop. The phone will stop in a minute, but, alright. Regardless, Love Live sketches. I was kind of returning to my roots here and just wanted to draw some Love Live. So I did. Yeah. I was... What the fuck, phone? What the freaker frack? That was very, very trippy. Okay. Regardless. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to draw some Love Live, so that's what happened there. And again, we were still hitting some art block here, so I did some sketches of a witch. And here's kind of where I decided it was time to start painting in my sketchbooks. So, I didn't know what to do with the muddied colors here, but I'm noticing the colors on camera aren't as muddy as they are in person. And I really like that. So, I might actually go and finish this, but yeah, this was kind of the phase where I decided to see how well my sketchbook could handle acrylics, and it can handle it pretty well, especially if you gesso your page beforehand. But yeah, this was just kind of me experimenting with some acrylic in this book, and yeah, this is kind of where we come to a bit of a stop. I have some OC development here that never got finished, but I believe if I do come back to this character, his name's going to be Linus, courtesy of Alex. But yeah, I was going to design another Dino Mask. That also fell through. I regret selling my original one because they're worth a lot of money now. Regardless. Final thing that's worth noting as far as I'm aware are just some of these taped in. There's one more page. Sketches from other sketchbooks. And the final page I'd like to show you guys today is Burple Boy. No, seriously. I was going back to my roots of being a Five Nights at Freddy's artist wannabe when I couldn't draw. So I've been drawing a lot of FNAF recently. So, yeah, we got Purple Guy. That Burple Boy is a joke, okay? Michael Afton and Elizabeth. But other than that, that is it for this sketchbook tour. And I hope you guys enjoyed, because I will be probably posting the supplies in another update because this video is going to be long enough. Anyway, regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Hopefully very soon, but if not, I'll let you guys know what's been happening after. Bye!